Good morning. Hey, all right. So we're back with our 10-minute a day challenge, and this was from yesterday. We had put down some of this fiber paste and covered it with just a gray acrylic and let it dry. Because that's as far as we got in our 10 minutes. Now, I mean, I didn't even cover the whole thing. There's still white peeking out, but that's okay. The texture, it's hard to see on camera. Maybe you can see with the shadows and stuff, but the texture, I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like an old wall, like drywall wall. You know what I mean? Like it's like an old wall. In fact, just the look of this with the white peeking out reminds me of an old wall, which I love. I love old walls of any kind, with wallpaper, bricks, whatever. So that's for the future. I'm going to do this again and just leave it as an old wall. But because I had already started this and we are going to use our metallic paint, we're just going to keep going with that to see how that turns out, because that may work and it may not. I don't know, because I've never tried this paint on paper. And then I'm thinking hopefully it'll hold, it's gritty enough to hold this paint. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I should have sanded it or whatever, but we're just going to, it is pretty textured, so the paint will hold in some places, I'm sure. But first, what I wanted to do was put a little bit of dark brown on some of these bits, so that there's a little bit of brown on there, I think. Or I can just do it afterwards. I can see how the rust reacts, and then I can paint where I think I need more rust. You know what I mean? I can do that also. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll wait, because painting over is like our save it technique. All right, so in case we need to save it. So for now, we'll just stick to our plan. We were going to put a layer of this down and then dry it, and then put another layer down and then spray it with the this comes with this paint, but I just put it in a spray bottle, and then we'll spray it with this and let it react on its own. Whether it's going to react in 10 minutes, I don't think so. It takes a while, but I can show it to you guys after the fact. I'll just take a picture. I've done it before where I did like a time-lapse video, which maybe I can do that and just speed it up, but that won't be part of the 10 minutes. The 10 minutes is going to be getting this all down, and then we'll wait and see what happens afterwards and how it looks afterwards. And then I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, because if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook or anything like that, I was posting the pages every day, but then I stopped, because I think I'm just going to post at the end of the week, like on later today. I'll post with the playlist, the link to my playlist for this series. The series is called Essence of Time, hashtag Essence of Time. Our friend Vera from Spilled Coffee Crafts started on her own. She wasn't trying to start a movement or a challenge or anything like that. She was just doing it for her own personal self, and then a few of us joined on and we jumped along. I know myself and Sonia at Artsy Solutions, she also. So what I'm going to do also on Saturdays on this video is link their playlist in my description, so that you can follow along with them if you want to too. So on Saturdays, I'll list their playlists, so you can catch up with them if you don't do it daily. I watch them daily, but just in case you miss a few, then you can watch. And I'll put my playlist down below also. But now let's just start our timer. We're going to put one layer of this. And yesterday, this was kind of runny. I'm hoping maybe since I was able to get some of that metal off, I couldn't get it off here because I need something to try to get up in there. I'm hoping it's a little bit thicker and maybe it'll cover a little bit better, but we'll see. So let me start the timer. Okay, it started. And let's just get some paint down and then we'll dry it. Then yesterday I also uploaded, I don't know if you guys saw it, I uploaded my Scrappy 8 challenge. No, it's still kind of thin, but that's okay. We're just going to go with it. I uploaded my Scrappy 8 challenge, and Lawrence commented. He made a comment about, he was joking around, and he said, well, I know who I would have copied, like if we were in art school together, who he would have And it reminded me of when I was in high school and my best friend, Belinda, was in art class with me. Not an artist at all, but that's okay. You take your electives, and she took art, and we happened to have the same class, which was cool. And she sat next to me, and of course, I would help her with her artwork, and I would just do it. I wouldn't do a good job. I would kind of do it, you know, because I kind of messy, but enough to get her to pass or to get it done, to get the art project done. And it was all good and well. I mean, she was passing the class. We were having a good time. It was all well and good until it came time for the final exam for I don't know if it was a quarterly or whatever, when you're done with the class and we have a final. So at that time, our art teacher, Mr. Long, he's handing out the papers and whatever. I don't know what they had to draw, but he said, a few of you don't have to take the exam because, we were already passing with, I guess, he knew we knew what we were doing. So he excused a few of us. There was a few of us, and we were able to just go to the library or to the gym, or to the commons area for the duration of the class until our next class. So I had to get up and leave, and she was stuck there, and she had to do the exam by herself and draw by herself. It was hilarious. I don't recall if she passed or not. I'm pretty sure she did. He was a pretty cool teacher, you know what I mean? But it was hilarious. We were cracking up over that because now all of a sudden she had to do the art herself, and yeah. So Lawrence reminded me of of that story. I'll have to reach out to her. We're friends on Facebook. I don't think she follows me on YouTube. I don't think she's a subby, but I'll have to see if she remembers. I'm pretty sure she remembers that story. All right, so as you see, some of it doesn't cover all of it, but that's cool. Let's just dry this right now. Let's dry this, and then we'll put on the next layer. I'm glad I did paint the gray underneath, but it kind of gives it a kind of cool brushed metal look right now. I don't know if the camera picks it up or not, but and I can't tell when this is dry. So put on a little higher. Might be noisier. I'm sorry. Again, we're experimenting, so I'm talking to my mic so you guys can hear me, but we're experimenting. So how this turns out, I'm really not that concerned at this point. This is just kind of cool to see what we can do with this paint on paper. How many minutes I got left? Halfway through. Oh, it's bubbling. See that? That's cool. I don't know if that's the paste bubbling or the paint, but I like it. Looks like it might be the paint bubbling. Okay. All right, let's just stop here. And then I'm going to put another layer down, and then we'll spray it. We'll see what happens. And I'll keep the video running, and then maybe I'll just add the time lapse after, but we know it's after the 10 minutes because it's not going to do anything in 10 minutes. All right. Actually, I feel like I should have just put the wet paint around the edges where I kind of want it to, because I'm covering up some of this grungy goodness that I liked. But hopefully I don't know if y'all can see it where it's kind of darker. I don't know if it's going to do that again. Is that because Let's see. All right, let's add this on here. Going in a circular motion just to get some of those crevices that are in there from the texture. And I'll just go like that. All right, now let's spray it. Actually, I'll spray it and I'll just kind of, I don't know if I can, oh, I might have to spray it. I don't think that's going to come out of there. All right. Come on. Oh no, don't tell me this isn't going to work. Spray. What is wrong with you? There we go. All right. Why is it? Oh, shoot. This shouldn't count against my 10 minutes, people. All right, so this one is for patina, but I'm just going to see if the spray thing on this works. I think it's kind of the spray things are turning brown on top. I'm wondering if it's kind of clogged from that. Oh no. Spray. All right, guys. All right, I'm going to have to just kind of put it in my hand. Oh. I'll just haphazardly put it on there. Oh, maybe I can get a brush. Hold on. I'll put it in a container over here, and I will brush it on. How's that? Oh, yeah. And I don't know if this is too much or what, but all right. Sprays, splatter. See how it's kind of, I don't know if the brush is, that's turning brown because of the paint and the rust already or what? Is it already working? Might be. All right, so I know I'm going to have to unclog these spray bottles later. The brush is pretty cool working with that. All right, put my brush in some water here, head out. All right, yeah, so let's have some of it drip. I think spraying would have kind of, all right, there goes my 10 minutes. I just kind of want to blend some of that in so it doesn't look so. All right, dismiss that. All right, guys, now, all right, this is what it looks like after 10 minutes. And so we'll see what it looks like later once it's all dry. And then I'll take a picture of it. But that looks pretty cool already. I think. I don't know. What do you think? I don't think there's enough to drip. Well, some enough to drip the other direction. I wish the spray would work because then we would have been able to cover up some of these other spots too. It wouldn't have been so bold. But that's okay. That's all right. Crap happens, right? But yeah, you can kind of see me lower it down a little bit. Kind of see if I would have painted it brown, probably would have been too much. So I think I'm glad I didn't. But you see how some of the spots are darker than others? And that's probably where there's maybe more metal pieces in the paint. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I'm going to let this dry. I'm not going to add any more to it. I'm not going to cheat or anything. And then I'll take a picture of it later. I'm just going to let it air dry on its own. Like I like to do. I like to let things do their work by themselves. Put away my paints. Patina. Oh, and then I want to also check. Let me do this real quick. I'm going to put you guys on No, I'll just let it go. But what I'm going to do is, I want to check like the thickness of this paper. I want to feel it because Lawrence wanted to know what kind of paper this is, like thickness wise, and I really don't know. You know what? I'm going to have to check one that's not used yet. Let's check. I'm just going to do it by the feel, and then I'm going to check it against some of my other mixed media papers that I have and see if if I can figure out the weight of it. All right, so this watercolor pad is how many pounds? Does it say it on here? 140 pounds. I don't think it's as much as that. All right, so it's not as much as the watercolor paper. And this is also watercolor, 122 pounds. Yeah, more similar to that. And let me see, one of my mixed media pads. Where's my mixed media pad? I don't know what happened to it. Well, let's see. I would say it's around the area of the 122 pound, but not as much texture as watercolor paper. But it's somewhere around the 120 pound. And then the texture on these are like linen. So it has like a linen look to it. Oh, wait, no. That was the acid-free paper. It's actually quite smooth. And I'd say even less than 122 pounds paper. So it's probably like mixed media paper. Because you can bend it. It's not as thick as watercolor paper. But if I find my mixed media pad, then I can take a better look, but I just can't find it right now. All right, so anyway, this is doing its work. It's getting pretty rusty in there, and I'm going to let this run, but I'm going to speed it up to the end until it's dry. Or maybe, you know what, I'll just take a picture of it later once it's dry because I got to get ready for work. Let's turn off. I'm going to turn it. Oh, no, I don't want to turn it the wrong way. Hold on, guys. Let's turn off this light. See if, yeah, less glare. But yeah, you can see. And then we'll see what it's like once it's dry. Okay? All right. So I'm going to end the video here, but I'm going to come back once it's dry and take a picture of it. All right? So, again, I'll link everyone's playlist in the description box, including my own. And then tomorrow, actually on Sunday, I think I'll just do a flip through of all the pages also. Okay? All right. So I'm going to say goodbye for now and then take a picture once this is done. All right. Just